Hello, I'm George Beaver, Editorial Director at SVG Europe, and I'm with Charlie Russell of Edgio, formerly known as Limelight Networks. Charlie, we know that in pretty much every sport, speed matters, but why is it so important when it comes to digital experiences?
Yeah, well, the digital experience is the way more and more fans are interacting now. Certainly from COVID, we saw a lot of moving away from live experiences to more digital experiences, whether you're on a phone or a laptop or whatever. And speed is important for multiple reasons. People are just impatient now. They literally, they're saying now with a couple of seconds, people will start leaving. And so you really got to grab people quickly. Another reason is particularly for sport, there's a lot more sort of in-game experiences where people might be watching something on a television screen or, watching a streaming episode of a streaming game, but they might also be on their phone keeping up with stats, doing chat, et cetera. And it's very important that things be synchronized. And then there's a lot more that people want to do to engage with the sport brand, going to the website, downloading the application, shopping on the store, and all of those really benefit from a snappy experience. And if people don't get it, they will leave.
So this is a phrase that some might not be familiar with, Google Core Web Vitals. Can you tell us what they are and why they're so important?
Sure. So Google Core Web Vitals is a new method by Google to measure the speed of websites. I want to start with why it's important, which is that it can actually improve your traffic and get more organic traffic by improving your search engine rankings. And I'd like to note, there's a research that's been done into football websites, and many of the football club websites are not passing Google Core Web Vitals. And that means that you're not delivering the experience that customers want, and you're not getting to the top of search engine rankings. So let me explain what Google Core Web Vitals are. So Google now uses these three metrics to determine a ranking, and it goes into search engine rankings. Those three metrics are basically the speed with which the page loads, largest contentful paint, they call it. The second one is how quickly it becomes interactive. How quickly buttons start to work. And then the third thing is how stable it is as it loads. So if the page is jumping all over the place as elements load, that's a bad experience. If it loads consistently and looks consistent as it loads, that's a good thing. So again, Google Core Web Vitals is a great measure of how fast your site is. And it's important for search engine rankings as well as for the experience that you deliver to your customers once they're there.
So can you tell us what are the current challenges with the traditional web CDN?
Yeah, so it's interesting. A CDN is a content delivery network. And what it basically does is it caches, C-A-C-H-E, cache like a store, content out at the edges of the network. So, if somebody from the UK is accessing something, it'll be served from London. If somebody in, Germany is accessing something, it'll be served from Berlin, that kind of thing. So you get a much better, faster experience from the fact that, it's distributed around to the edge. There's the challenge with a website is that a lot more websites are dynamic now. It used to be that websites were static. You had an HTML page, which was what all the copy was, and then you had images, and you just put that static stuff out at the edges, and people downloaded it, and that was it. But now, really, websites are much more like applications. They are very dynamic. There's constantly compute that's going on that's figuring out what content should be served, whether it's dynamic pricing, changes that are customized per person. You want to have a customer customized experience, a personalized experience. All of that needs to be dynamic. Traditional CDNs cannot cache that. But one of the things that's very exciting about this new company called Edgio is formerly Limelight acquired technology from Layer Zero, and the Layer Zero team has come on board. And what Layer Zero does is it allows the people who are actually building the website, the developers of the website, to have direct control over what gets cached. So even that dynamic content can now be cached. So it's a dramatic improvement in Web CDN versus the traditional Web CDN. And it is now just renamed things, and it's now called Edgio AppOps. So if you go to edge.io, edg.io, and you'll see the AppOps pull down, that's the stuff that used to be called Layer 0. And it's really the cutting edge of modern Web CDN.
And for those organizations out there that might be interested in analyzing their own performance, what would you say are the limitations of A/B testing, and how can they?
Yeah, sure. A/B testing is great. And, A/B testing is a way that a lot of companies want to try to see which experience works better, the blue button or the green button, or testing one piece of copy against another piece of copy. And it's a very valuable way to optimize the experience. But the problem with A/B testing is that it actually slows down performance. It can slow down performance significantly. And so, A, that sort of taints the results, and B, you're giving people a worse experience, and you certainly don't want to be doing that. So that's another one of the great things that Edgio AppOps does, is it allows you to do A/B testing very easily with no performance degradation. So it's very, very fast, and you can do the A/B testing that you want to improve your results.
And finally, clubs, federations, leagues, they all want to deliver great digital experiences, whether it's streaming video or a more traditional website. How do the two compare?
Yeah, so, Limelight, in fact, many folks in this who are watching this may know Limelight as a video CDN. And streaming video is really about basically a large pipe that you can push video through, because streaming video is very large. The megabits per second is high and steady. So serving streaming video is about lots of capacity that can deliver large numbers of streams at the same time. The web experience is very different. The payloads are not generally quite as large, but there's a lot more interaction, a lot more kind of traffic back and forth. And so that's why, the ability to control things right from the web application, like Edgio AppOps can do, and then also cache that at the edges of the network, is ideal for delivering a web experience. And then the traditional CDN that Limelight has had for years, that is now Edgio delivery, is really optimized for streaming video. And so now for under one roof, we have the best of both worlds, the best of streaming video and the best of web CDN. And so Edgio is a very exciting new brand for the company formerly known as Limelight and Layer 0 by Limelight, and we're looking forward to continuing to support sports video companies.
Thanks, Charlie. So if anyone watching would like further insights on how to reward their fans with the best possible online experience, then please do watch the recent SVG Europe webinar, How to Win More Fans and Boost Revenue with a Fantastic Online Digital Experience, that was brought to you by Edgio and Blue Triangle. You'll see a link to the on-demand webinar wherever you're watching this. So do take a look for more information from Charlie and insight from Paul Feltham of website optimization firm Blue Triangle.